Yeah, I was saying Rob Zombie has an excuse.
Yeah.
Robert Zemeckis has no excuse.
Dude.
Why? Again, I'm watching the movie going, he's in a room with Disney people. He has his crew. Robert Zemeckis has done some of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Not lately,
Right.
but in the past. So I know he has talent. I should check his history. He may have had medical problems or something. I don't know. This decisions made from the very outset of this film are just inexplicable to me. And I believe it's him making these choices, not like Artemis Fowl, which was directed supposedly by Kenneth Branagh. I believe that was just had the shit cut out of it afterwards by...
He was involved with that one too?
He's listed as the director.
Shit.
But that was clearly not his work. But then again, he has done some really awful work in the past too, but very rarely. Usually Kenneth Branagh, I mean, if you saw his Oscar-nominated movie this year, Belfast, you know that Kenneth Branagh can do awesome stuff. So I figured there had to be another reason. But Robert Zemeckis, the Pinocchio is inexplicable throughout. All the choices made, I don't. I want to see Del Toro's Pinocchio, which is...
Yes, that looks fascinating.
Yeah, but be that as it may,
this
movie starts with Pinocchio looks... There are so many ways... I love the animated movie of Pinocchio.
Mm-hmm.
But watching it, which I do occasionally, if I was making a live action version of it or a 3D animated version of it, which is what this is, I would make changes to make it smarter and funnier and clever in a more modern way.
Mm-hmm.
I would address things. I would be more meta with it. No, he doesn't improve it in any way. He makes everything worse. And again, the first major sign of just like, what the hell were you guys thinking, was that Pinocchio becomes fascinated for 2 minutes with a pile of shit. Literally, there's a pile of shit that he becomes fascinated with, and they keep on it for, I think, literally 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And I'm saying, so you're telling me this movie is a pile of shit? And sure enough, it was. I mean, the opening of the film was, again, inexplicable. Jiminy Cricket is narrating the film.
Yeah.
Pinocchio, as you saw in those pictures, looks exactly like the animated Pinocchio, but Jiminy Cricket does not.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a weird kind of woodimation puppet.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and also the cat and the wolf, they look exactly like a cat and a wolf. And no, I mean, I would have explained why they can talk and why other animals don't talk.
Right.
And I would have made some sense out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let me get back to the opening. Jiminy Cricket is narrating, and then Jiminy Cricket on screen reacts to the narration and goes, "Who's talking?" And the narrator goes, "I'm you." And he goes, "What?" And they have a discussion like that. And again, it's just nonsensical. It doesn't add anything to the movie. And there's a reason. I think the movie is, an hour and 56 minutes or something?
It felt like 3 hours.
Exactly. But that's because they do crap like that. And then the whole opening takes 25 minutes. It should have been done in 5.
Yeah. I felt like we were here in Geppetto, right? Geppetto? Yeah. I felt like we were in Geppetto's house for 30 minutes. I felt like we were never going to get out of Geppetto's house.
And his accent is terrible. And
oh my God.
His reason for not selling his clocks is insane.
Figaro.
And
Pinocchio.
It's
so bad.
and again, what's Robert Zemeckis' excuse? Why didn't you make this smarter? Why didn't you just do it? So this movie, it's an insult to the original film. It's not a bookend. I mean, I liked Jon Favreau's Lion King. I
wow.
understand what he was doing with that movie. I do not understand what they were doing with this movie. This
Wow.
was just such a. It was a piece. It was a pile of shit.
That's it. I gotta find a screen. I gotta find a screenshot. I gotta find a screenshot of that. That would be the thumbnail.
I want to hear the story of Roger Zemeckis going, seeing the rough cut, and then saying, "Well, I got to do reshoots," and then putting in the pile of shit scene. He said, "At least I'll put a little hint to my audience that this is a pile of shit."
And another thing I'm tired of is, hey, we kind of have to be different from the cartoon. We kind of at some point.
So
they'll add more songs, and
terrible songs.
Yes.
Now, clearly, the fix was in. There was some reason why the studio wanted to sabotage this.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of Luke Evans. I think he's a great actor, and I'm just like, man, what do they got on Luke Evans, man? They got something on him. They got some photos.
I'm a fan of Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
Tom. This was they just collected the money.
Figaro. Yeah, it's just terrible. Just really
bad, really tragic, really disappointing, really insulting. I felt insulted as a viewer.
Quick recap for people that are just arriving.
At least I understand it. So I would give it a D-. I won't give it an F.
All right, now
F. F minus. F minus.
F minus. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah. That's about right. That's about right. And we'll end it with this comment right here. It is just perfect. Wow. Rob Zombie beat Robert Zemeckis this time.